This is PWME, that's ProWrestling's.me's New Japan Best of Super Juniors 23/2016 Day 1 review. I apologize this one is so late. Basically what's happening is I got confounded with Monday Night Raw, Extreme Rules, that's all done and dusted now. So I've watched Day 1. I'm halfway through Day 2. I'm going to try and get some guests on for Day 2, maybe Wrestle Talk SOS. However, I saw they've already did their Day 1 reviews. I kind of didn't want to, like, if they've already watched Day 2, Day 3, and Day 4, kind of like bring it all the way back. So I want to kind of, go in order here. I'm going to try and get you every single day. I'm only going to be reviewing the block matches. I will not be, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's just, the shows will be too long. They're like 3-hour shows. So in the end of the day, at least you're happy, I'll just be reviewing the 4 block matches from this show. However, there was 4 other 6-man tags. I am very sorry. Let the side down. No, I'm deeply sorry. I really am. But in the end of the day, there was 4 matches. The 4 Block A matches. The people in Block A are Romero, Finlay, Gato, Bushi, Taguchi, Seidel, O'Reilly, and Kushida. They're obviously the match we're going to get breakdown. However, I will give you the results for the 4 matches before. There was a 6-man tag between which was Bobby Fish, Kojima, and Volador Jr. defeating Team Chaos, which is Trent Beretta, Tomohiro Ishii, and Will Ospreay in just under 10 minutes. Also, another 6-man tag, Jushin Liger, Tiger Mask, and Yuji Nagata defeating Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Shibata. That's it, just under 10 minutes as well. Also, 8-man tag action. You had the Bullet Club, which consisted of Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, IWGP Intercontinental Champion Kenny Omega, and Takahashi, defeating Captain New Japan. God, that man sucks. Tanahashi, Ricochet, Yoshitatsu. And then 6-man tag, you had Los Ingobernables de Japan. So I slaughter Japanese like regularly. That's what I do. That's my gimmick. I slaughter languages, which was Evil, Sanada, and Naito, defeating Team Chaos, which was Goto, Okada, and Yoshihashi in just under 12 minutes. So which leads us to the 4 Super Juniors tournament matches. Block A. This was the 21st of May 2016. We're from the Korakuen Hall. Again, slaughtered that. All I know is to take out. I slaughter things on a regular basis. That's what I do. So in the opening match, you have David Finlay going one-on-one against Rocky Romero. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, David Finlay was an okay choice. I would have much preferred ACH. People who watched the New Japan Best Super Juniors preview would have found that very entertaining. I would have preferred Jay White, though. That's my personal opinion. I think Jay White is far much more enjoyable to watch than this guy. All due respect to David Finlay, I mean, the guy is a great wrestler. I'm not denying that, but I just think I would have much preferred to watch Jay White. So Romero, though, the guy loves his theme song. Like, every time he comes out, he sings every time without fail. What a toilet. What an absolute toilet. Before the in-ring introduction, though, Finlay attacks Romero. They brawl through the crowd. Finlay wrestling this as a heel, which, makes sense as Romero's been fairly popular in New Japan, so that does make sense. Finlay, though, is a 5-minute heel heat until Romero's on the comeback. Romero hits a running knee off the apron to the floor. Romero does the Nakamura pose and hits the running knees in the corner. These guys need to get over it. Get over it. Nakamura's not there anymore. That's the cheapest pop to the crowd I've ever seen in my life. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is awful. Really pissing me off when people do. Again, also, if you're watching this live, put some live comments what you thought. What was your favorite match from the 4 block matches from Day 1 of the Best Super Juniors tournament, or any moments or any questions or queries you'd like to talk about? Finlay then is hung up on the ropes. Romero hits a springboard dropkick inside for 2. Romero then goes for a Hurricane Runner. Finlay, though, awesome counter into a stretch muffler. And it is look like he's going to tap, but he escapes out of it. But Finlay applies an armbar. Finlay then hits the Finlay roll and running up for 2. The crowd, though, I thought they're not really into this David White. I'm not saying they're not into him. I'm just saying they're not getting his near falls. Like, when Romero hits a big move, it's the crowd like, oh, that could be it. 1, 2, lariato, lariato. That's like the only word I know in Japanese is lariato. And oi, like the commentators, like, it's so funny, like, because obviously I'm English and I have no clue of the Japanese language. I should learn the Japanese language because I watch a lot of Japanese stuff, but I just can't be bothered. And then every now and then you hear, like, it goes silent here. Oi, like, oh, dude, that's so funny. Anyway, it was an awesome moment, by the way, when Romero went for Hurricane Run. He kind of got him into a stretch muff, which is fucking awesome. But getting back to the original point I was actually trying to make was when Finlay hit the Finlay roll. The guy's David Finlay. He's Finlay's son. When you see him hit the Finlay roll, you're going to think it's over. But the crowd just didn't give a fuck. Romero with a running side spread and an awesome running Shining Wizard gets the win. Romero now on 2 points. Finlay on 0. predictions, that makes sense. Booking, sorry, makes sense. Obviously, Romero, a lot more experienced in this than Finlay. Finlay, I'm expecting him to maybe get one win. I'll be shocked if he gets one win. How about that? It was like a 2.25, 2.5 star kind of match. Okay match to kick off the tournament. Nothing special, just nothing wrong with it. They really didn't do much. Block A, you have Bushi from Los Inga. He's facing off against Gado. What a surprise. The Booker's in the tournament. Where's my boy ACH? We should start a petition. We'll start a GoFundMe. We will pay the Internet Infantry. We'll all chip in, and we'll pay for ACH's travel to go to New Japan. That would be a great idea. I think that's something we should definitely do. Here's some nitpicky. Gado starts hitting him with a hammer right in front of the ref, Red Shoes. There was no DQ. This isn't WCW here, guys. This isn't WCW where we can just walk around, hit people with weapons. Hey, you, bang, bang, bang. That does not mean that you can get a disqualification. It's bullshit. I don't get this. It's stupid. Bushi, though, does hit a really nice rope hung DDT. Instead of, do you remember if you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton? He does a DDT. Imagine that, but on the apron. Really nice stuff there. Bushi again chokes with a chair. There's no DQ, guys. This isn't WCW. What is going on? And if you don't get that joke or reference, please watch some WCW from 96 to 99. Rules, don't need them. Bullshit. It annoys me. The only time you got a disqualification in WCW was when the fucking the NWA came down, all 55 members of them. Bushi integrates Gado, but he does the enziguri. He jumps to the top, but as Gado's falling back, he falls into the ropes, which means Bushi goes cock first into the top buckle, which is a pretty nasty spot, actually. Bushi with a suicide dive and a co-break for 2. These commentators are marking out like something rotten. I love we were ripping them earlier, what I was anyway, about the oi. But when these guys get going, like, if I wish I understood Japanese, I really do, because these guys' passion really comes through. Gado accidentally pushes Bushi into the ref, allowing him to hit a low blow and a backside for 3. Crowd erupts. Okada, who's on commentary, is marking the fuck out, because that's obviously his friend and is kind of like his teacher. Then after the match, Bushi sprays mist into Gado's face. I was shocked Gado won here. Really was. We thought on the predictions. Well, I think it was, I can't remember. It was the female. From Wrestle Talk SOS. I'm really bad with names, as you can tell, as I can barely say Losangova. She predicted Bushi to get the win the whole tournament, and we didn't laugh or say anything, and we thought, that's possible. But here, to lose to Gado, I'm not watching. Speaking of WCW, where the Booker always puts himself over. Maybe Gado's been watching some WWE Network a bit too much and watching some classic WCW Monday Nitros. Like, it doesn't make sense. Bushi is part of Los Gobernados, or whatever the fuck they're called. You would think, because of that, the way they've been booked recently. I mean, if my memory serves correct, the Los Gobernados, they defeated Goto, Okada, and Yoshihachi one match prior. They defeated Team Chaos. Maybe that. That's the underlying reason why Gado got the rings. They wanted Team Chaos to be one piece with Los Gobernados. Maybe that's why. But it just didn't make sense for me why Gado got the win here. It really doesn't. And if Gado wins this thing, I swear to God, I'm just going to kill myself. Awful. I don't like... It's not that I don't like Gado. I think he's past his prime, for sure. I like what he does. He's a booker, and he's with Okada. That's all he should be doing. He shouldn't be a wrestler as well. So he's a wrestler, manager, and booker. Like, he's booked himself to be a manager and a wrestler. Dude, pick one thing, maybe 2 if you're fucking generous. But honestly, Jesus. So that was the WCW. What used to sponsor WCW? Oh God, that's gonna drive me crazy. No one does gasoline. Oh God, that's really gonna bug me. That's gonna bug me anyway. We'll move on. I'm gonna see if we have any live comments. I'm gonna get to them. Jesus Christ, and a damn popsicle stick. Awful. Have any live comments? Yep, that's all we can hit. That's all we can hit. We have none. I now look like an idiot. We have no live comments. We have no live comments. Good job. Good job. I now look like the biggest cock of the century. We'll move on to the next match. We have Taguchi versus Matt Sydal in a match I'm going into it not looking forward to. I think Taguchi is a funky toilet. That's what I call him. He is actually known as the Funky Weapon, but I think he's a toilet. I think Nakamura's gone. He may be your friend. Get over it, honestly. But again, he's facing off with Matt Sydal. He's one half of the IWGP Tag Team Champion, so expecting Sydal to get the win here. Taguchi again, the Funky Toilet. And Sydal was one of those guys, and I say this every single time about Matt Sydal. I think I even said it in the preview. He's one of those guys that will go out there, put on a magnificent, a terrific, a incredible performance, but you'll forget about it by next week. Like, it's like Mike Bennett. The guy will go out there, he'll have a great wrestling match, but you forget about it by next week. And again, Matt Sydal is the hidden gem in every show. Like, I dare to find a match from Matt Sydal rated less than 2 stars if you go by that star system. I struggle to think of a shit Matt Sydal match. He goes out there, he does his shtick, it's very good, it's very crisp, it's very fluent. And that's that. I feel very sorry for Matt Sydal. Taguchi, the imbecile, comes out with a blown-up chicken on his head playing a flute. What a fucking toilet. What an absolute toilet. With a handshake to start us off, we have some nice technical work. Hate Taguchi, but, you know, his offense. It's just his offense. Like, even his offense fucks with, like, he does this stupid butt-to-face thing. It's like, dude, you're in New Japan. It's, you know, King of Sports. Not King of Sports Entertainment. Dig the shirt. I forget Sports Entertainment. I'm a pro wrestling guy. I have no fucking clue where it was bought from, so I can't promote it. Sydal's working the left leg. Taguchi. Psychology. Let's get psychology. Here it is. Psychology. Throw it out the window. Nice to see you. Jesus Christ. Taguchi is bleeding profusely around the eye. Like, really bleeding from the eye. Really good stuff. Really good visual. Taguchi still not selling. Ankle lock from Taguchi. Awesome counter-to-counter exchange. Crowd really behind Taguchi for some reason. And now the blood is really pouring out of that cut. Red shoes. Red shoes. Red shoes. Red shoes. Where are your gloves? Where are your gloves? Where are your gloves? Oh, wait. This is pro wrestling, not sports team. Apologies, Red Shoes. Apologies. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Red Shoes. Taguchi then hits a bomb with his butt, but Sydal rolls to the floor to prevent from the cover. Sydal then hits a beautiful... He's basically stood on the floor. Taguchi's like kind of hover over on the apron, and he hits this beautiful Hurricane Runner, Frankenstein, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, off the apron. It looked awesome. Sydal then goes for a shooting star off the top, but the Funky Toilet gets his knees up. Sydal hits an awesome Roddy Strong-esque jumping knee strike. Taguchi then with a double underhook gut buster for 2. Fucking near fall. That was a crowd already behind that one. And then a double underhook face buster to get the win. Good match. Like, I honestly, heading in, thought this would be the worst match of the night because I just think Taguchi's a sorry sack of shit. I've yet to see him in a decent match since I've been watching New Japan. And I started watching New Japan properly at the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom of last year was when I properly got into it, and then bought the New Japan World, and then really got into it at the G1 Climax of last year. So this is actually my first Best of Super Juniors. This, again, I really thought this match would suck because I've never really seen a seriously good Taguchi match. However, this was, you know, the blood element, visually, especially when Taguchi was firing up. At one point, Sydal was kicking him, and he was just there, like, firing up, and blood was streaming down his face. It looked awesome. Best Taguchi match I've ever seen? Yes, personally, this is the best Taguchi match I've ever seen. So down now on 0 points, Taguchi on 2. Fuck me, what's going on here? Why do we have Taguchi and Gedo board right now? Obviously, as we progress, they are going to slowly but surely crash their way down to the bottom. But I just don't. That doesn't make sense. I thought, you know, especially as they're so good at protecting their champions, that they would protect Matt Sydal. And they could use the excuse, okay, he's been tag team wrestling. You know, I can't hear the commentary, so maybe the commentary is saying, hey, look, Sydal has been wrestling in tag team. It's going to take him a while to adjust into wrestling singly again. I'm going to see if we have any more live comments. If we don't, I'm going to be one embarrassed motherfucker once again. Awful, really awful. You have 2 likes, which is, you know, I can run with that. I can run with 2 likes. 0 dislikes, that's what we like to see. Nothing. 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 Absolute nothing. Shame. Shame. Shame on everyone watching live. Shame on you. Shame. Is this next match? This is the main event of the evening. Your Block A. Main event of the evening. Kyle O'Reilly versus IWGP light heavyweight, junior heavyweight champion. Sorry, all of this Nitro and all this bullshit going on in my mind is really fucking me up. This is a rematch from the final of last year, which was fucking awesome and worth the price in New Japan World. So my expectations going in were very, very high. Kyle O'Reilly, though, coming out to his Red Dragon Ring of Honor theme song, which makes me happy chappy. I really do like that song. I don't know why, but it just when these two guys came out, to me personally, it really had the big fight feel to it, and I really enjoyed it. They started off, it was basically a grappling match. It really was awesome. It was slow paced, a typical Japan match where they paced themselves. Still fucking awesome technical work. I'm not saying it was slow and sloppy. It was still some fucking fine technical work, and a respectful hush in the building. I want to one day go to Japan and experience the atmosphere of a Japanese wrestling event. I already rest one of my bucket lists. That's one of my bucket lists. Kyle then puts a stop to the technical after around 5 to 6 minutes. Some vicious strikes, begin heel heat. Kyle working the left leg. Kushida then hits an arm wringer off the top, but as he does, he's still setting the leg after every single piece of offenses because these guys are storytellers and they know how to imply in-ring psychology. How many times I pipe and moan and pipe and moan. How difficult is it to sell a body part? These guys are doing it damn perfectly. Kushida then goes for a standing moonsault, but Kyle in midair counters out to cross arm breaker. Guys, spots in this wraps you outrageous. Kyle then hits an insane running knee to the head. Both men are down. Crowd really getting into it at this point. Kushida then goes for a Pele, but Kyle again, because the ankle, because the leg, applies a leg bar. Kyle launches Kushida leg first into a set-up chair, but I mean, looks like he throws him in the air and dumps him. Really good stuff there. Kyle then run. Do you remember him, if you've ever seen a Kyle O'Reilly match, he hits the running dropkick off the apron and nails them as they're set up on a chair. He went for that. Air. Kushida jumps and twists Kyle O'Reilly onto the floor, flipping him and applying a cross-arm breaker in one of the nicest, most beautifulest, crispest move, quite frankly, I've ever seen in 15 years of watching pro wrestling. Quite frankly, absolutely fucking soup. That was that. If you don't own the New Japan World, $9.99 yen. That's around about £6. Buy it just for that one spot. That was fucking awesome. Can't put it over enough. Both men then start kicking the body parts they're working over. Kyle O'Reilly is kicking the leg. Kushida is kicking the arm because why is he kicking the arm? His finisher is the hoverboard arm breaker. He's storytelling, common fucking sense. Unbelievably awesome. Kushida hits on half and half for 2 and a hoverboard lock, but Kyle does a victory roll to get out of it and only gets 2. They keep countering each other and it's fucking awesome. They still selling. This is fucking art. Tell you. Kyle then goes for a belly to back suplex off the top, but in midair, Kushida counters it to crossbody for 2. Kyle then hits a brainbust and then picks up his hand and stomps the head. So basically, he does a cross arm breaker and then slowly stands up and just stomps on the head. And O'Reilly applies another cross arm breaker, because normally the Kushida would be back first onto the canvas. Kushida was stomach first onto the canvas, so the yench of the arm was absolutely disgracefully awesome. Absolutely awesome. Kushida tapped. Kyle O'Reilly gets the 2 points. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Psychology, big spots, awesome technical, insane strikes, respectful crowd, pro wrestling at its damn best. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. It must be setting up Kushida versus Kyle O'Reilly at Dominion, because it's very rare that they have their champions lose, and to lose clean, what a big step for Kyle O'Reilly. And then after the match, Kyle offers a handshake, but Kushida doesn't, and then cuts a promo saying he will win the tournament and says Kushida is the best opponent he has ever wrestled in his whole entire career. It was honestly 5 stars. Absolutely fucking awesome. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. It just simply doesn't. Everything in that match was fucking awesome. Absolutely amazing. Go out of your... This is the first time in a long time I've said, you have to do yourself this. You have to search this out. If you don't have New Japan World and you are a pirate, you have to do something and watch this match, because it is just that fucking great. Storytelling was magnificent. The psychology, the whole time it was sell. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Absolutely damn awesome. I'm going to get a live comments again. Fingers crossed this time, though. We ain't going to look like a fucking jobber. So please, someone put something in the comments. Yes, 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 yes. Action, block. No, I'm joking. I was told to not talk to people like you, Loki. Basically, I did a Raw show yesterday, and they said, don't let haters like you they said block you. I will not block you because I'm not a nasty piece of work. However, during our Monday Night Raw live reactions, it was brought up. Eork from Endor, though, puts Gado for a second there. I thought you were talking about Grado. What's scary is I was talking about Grado on the Teen Impact Wrestling preview, which was literally one show before this. Loki, shouldn't you be watching Teen Impact Wrestling on Pop right now, pal? Well, I didn't get you and Ricky. This is very off topic here, and if you have questions regarding the best Super Juniors, put them in the comments below. You and Ricky are my haters, and I'm fine with that. But you guys never say why you don't like me. If you guys said I don't like you because of this, I would say, you know what, cool, I respect that. At least Ricky's funny about it. Like, he's funny, but Loki, you're just a tool. I might block you. I don't block people very often, but for block. 6 minutes to go, pal. Oh, dude, I bet you're pumped. I bet you're pumped. I bet you're pumped. What's your predictions for tonight? Please don't tell me you haven't read spoilers, Loki. You can't read spoilers. It's your favorite show. What's your opinions? Are you looking forward to it? Matt Hardy versus Mike Bennett. And Loki, how about this? Tomorrow I'll be reviewing Impact, but comments are disabled because we can't have people like you ruining the channel. How about that as a bombshell? And that was from the head boy, Coco. How about that for a bombshell? But no, that's going to summarize it for today's Best of Super Juniors. Day 1 review. I'm halfway through day 2. Pound World. Please check out Cardo Roddy versus Kushida if you're a fan of just phenomenal professional wrestling. I guarantee you won't regret it. I guarantee it. Thank you for the live comments, Ewok, and that absolute tool, Loki, Dave Coco's favorite human being on the planet. Went over 20 minutes, which was shocking for a New Japan review. Block me, don't care, mate, up to you. Firstly, we're not mates, just to get that right. And I'm not blocking you because then that's the coward's way out, and I want to see what you put because, quite frankly, it's entertaining. Me, Coco, sometimes we step back, we read the comments, and we're off air. We usually have a quick read of the comments. Sometimes we're really humbled, like the amount of people that comment. Like, dude, we're just passionate fans that are speaking our opinion. And then we see people like Loki and this, and it's funny. It's really funny. But anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tomorrow will be an Impact Wrestling review. I'm going to talk about the Raw TV ratings, and I'm going to go live in about 4 minutes because I don't want Loki on the show while he's watching TNA Impact Wrestling. But anyhow, I'm only joking, Loki. I think you're a bit of a tool, but I'm not going to block you because I can't block you for being a tool. Just explain why you don't like me, and then I can explain why I don't like you. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. ProWrestling.me. Day 2 review coming tomorrow, as well as an Impact Wrestling review. Stay safe still. It's been your boy, KocoSports.me, and I'll catch your asses down the line.